Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hello, friends. Give it a minute or two for people to hop on. Hello, hello. Let me see if I'm gonna get comments on this. I don't know if I am or not. Facebook has just been super weird with the comments lately. Well, with going live, period. It's like you have to click on it a bunch of times. I just don't ever know. Hello, hello. Yeah, let me keep refreshing Facebook for a bit. I want to make sure that I can see the comments so I can interact with you guys, because, you know, that's my favorite part of doing tutorials, is getting to talk to you guys. So hopefully it'll come through. Let me see. God, what is that song? What is the name of that song? Do you guys know? It's like dun 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 dun. I got it. Okay, I got my comments. Hello, Deborah, Cindy, Sierra. Hello, Mary, Marianne. Hello, Nancy. Okay, I got all y'all. Okay, it's a party. All right, guys. Oh, my Apple Watch just told me that I need to stand up for a few minutes. Sorry, I just sat down. All right. We used to play that song in the band, is why I was asking. You ever just get random memories or like a random song just out of nowhere? Oh, look it. I was in the middle of painting a cute little square. A cute little squirrel. Let me put this somewhere so it doesn't get in the way. Okay, we'll place you somewhere around here. There we go. Okay. Golly. Okay, y'all. Who's ready? Because I'm ready. I'm ready to hit the ground running with this one. All right. So if you haven't watched part 1, I do have it already up in the group. You can go back, look for it. You know the drill. So let's get our color palette going. First of all, I'm over here trying to paint without even having shown the colors we're going to be using. So obviously we're going to go in with some white. You already know, if you don't have that white and black, for sure you need to have on your palette. We need some browns. So grab all of the browns that you can get. You can use some burnt umber. You can use some burnt sienna, some like a brick red. Any type of browns that you have, we're going to use that for the hair. We are going to be going in with some greens, so go ahead and use your greens. For sure, going to be using a very bright lime green, because we do need to have the little potion, the little bubbles. We're going to be doing some cute little purple and green and blue bubbles. Hooker's green. So your greens, your browns, and your skin tones. So I will be using, excuse me, oh my God, light mocha. This one's from Wanda. And then I do gotta say, I know that a lot of people are not gonna have this color, but it has become my favorite for skin tone. Mixed in with Wanda's, and this tan flesh from the Acrylic line, so I will be using that. Thank you to Nancy for that. And let's get some unbleached titanium. Some red, if you don't have any reds. Some pinks, if you got any pinks, bust that out. Let's go. Like for a peachy, fleshy tone. And I'm trying to go in with a very light pink. So let me find that. Not like a bright magenta, but just something. Honestly, I think I'll just use red. I'll just use red, and I'll oh, it's right here. Duh. So this is just light pink. So go ahead, prep your palette. It's been a while, guys. It has been a while since we have interacted, since I have gone live. It has been a crazy couple of weeks, but I'm almost at the end of it. I hope. You guys know my husband started his last drill cycle, and this is his final week. His final week doing drill. I'm so excited. I cannot express how excited I am. I'm so ready to be done. I miss my husband. I miss having time to just decompress, and I'm very much reaching a point where I am a little bit burnt out. I'm on my like 17th crash out. Did I already show that? I'm on my like 17th crash out of the week. Okay, so this is where we're at. Burnt sienna. I put some, that's already on my palette, so that's why I didn't show that. What else did I say? Oh, green. We're gonna go in with some greens for the eyes. Oh God, oh God. This is the hooker's green. Yeah, it has been very long since I've gone live. And it's like I was going live like almost daily a couple weeks ago. I miss that. I miss hanging out with you guys. I miss getting that interaction. It's like my little social interaction time, you know? But I hopefully after this next week, I will have a lot more time to just kind of zone out, you know, and be able to do what I love to do, which is this. Interacting with you guys, doing the tutorials, getting some more people back into painting. I need to focus more on just painting kindness rocks, and I think that right now I'm really trying to push for that I guess just bring it back. Let's just bring it back. You know, there's so much going on in the world. It is completely overwhelming. I would put some blues in my palette too, just for the bubbles. Everything is overwhelming. I mean, there's, you know, the internet is crazy, the rock groups are crazy, everything is going crazy. So just take some time, come decompress, come have some laughs, let's do positive, and let's paint something positive, something cute to bring out back into the world, because we could just use it. We could use it. So, all right, we got our palette going on. Did I put some on my light mocha? And I'm just gonna start by base coating the areas that we need to base coat. Now, a lot of you guys recently have been asking me about fur, and I think because I haven't done a fur tutorial in a long time, we kind of just forget. You know, well, you don't have to. Let me rephrase that. First of all, you don't have to paint the way that I paint. This is just showing you the best ways that I've learned, have improved my paintings. Remember, my mini disclaimer I always have to put in is I am not a professional painter. I am just a mom. I am self-taught. I do not take classes. I don't offer classes for a charge. I just do this on my own free time because it's fun for me, and because I get asked to a lot. I get asked to for advice on art a lot, so I'm just gonna give it. And this is the best way I know how. So I mixed a little bit of brown with some black. So just a little bit of the brown. Oop. And black, and I'm gonna cover the portion of the hair where we painted. I know you're like, why would we do that? Just have some faith, it'll all work out, I promise. And at the end of this, hopefully, like any other tutorial that I've done, I hope that you kind of look at yourself and look at your art and you feel proud of it. Most of all, most importantly, remember that these tutorials are not done to stress you out. They do not have to be perfect. They do not have to look like they came out of an AI generator either. You are your own individual artist. You are on your own journey. Do not compare yours to anybody else except your past. Like, what did you improve on this tutorial? What did you learn how to do? What can you do better next time? I've had people who have stopped and done the tutorials multiple times because they're like, I wanted to try that again. And then they end up doing it better the next time after that. So don't ever think that you are, that these have to be perfect. As long as you try and as long as you have fun and you learn something, that's all that matters. Art shouldn't be a competition of whose is the best. Let me tell you, I had some words with my daughter this past week because there's this little boy on the bus who is just not the friendliest. But he, you know, my daughter loves drawing. She's very much like me, and she draws everything. I mean, she's obsessed with drawing Stitch right now. She absolutely loves Lilo and Stitch. She is obsessed. So, you know, she came home this past weekend very, very excited because the boys on the bus, you know, the kids on the bus were having an art contest. And she was like, yeah, you know, this kid's name is, I'm not going to say his name, but she was like, yeah, he's having a contest, and whoever, you know, draws the best picture gets a lollipop. And I said, well, first of all, don't be taking candy from other kids on the bus. There's your rule number one. Rule number two is, you know, just try your best and remember that in the end, his opinion doesn't matter. If he doesn't choose you, it doesn't matter. So she comes home, you know, and she's like, Mom, I was like, how did your little contest with your friends go? You know, and my daughter's in first grade, so she doesn't even pay them too much mind. And she's like, well, you know, he changed his mind and he said that none of us won. And, you know, so I had to stop her. And she was like, well, and I said, well, what did you do with the painting? Did you bring it home? The sketch that you did you bring it home? And she goes, yeah, I put it in my backpack. And so I took that drawing that she did and I put it on top of the fridge because I had to tell her, like, Mamas, you need to remember, please, that their opinions of you do not matter. You're an amazing artist for, you know, 7 years old. Like, please don't ever let these boys tell you otherwise. And so, moral of the story is, don't let other people tell you whether your art is good enough or not. Period. Period. Don't even let yourself tell you that. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Elizabeth. Okay. I just keep blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm not. So I'm going to go in with some of this light green. I'm probably going to mix in some neon green as well. So this is just the acrylic, but let me show you guys because it kind of just brightens everything up. And this is going to be the potion portion of it. And I'm not using any specific brush. This is not one of those tutorials where I'm going to tell you, you need to use a 0.7 millimeter angled flathead spontaneous. I don't know. Like, I do not tell you which specific brushes to use. Only you know which brushes you have and which brushes you feel comfortable using yourself. You know best which brush works best for you, right? So here's some neon greens. You guys know I couldn't go on without them. Probably gonna use a little bit, ooh, it's clogged. Probably gonna use a little bit of yellow as well, just to lighten it up. Oh God. Oh God. Oh man, it's got a real big clog. Probably didn't shake it well enough. Do you think this will fit on a coasty oval or should it be bigger? I think I actually have a coastal, an oval coasty. Hold on. Let me take my blanket off of me. I paint with a blanket around my legs. Hold on. Because I get really, really cold. Oval coasty. I should. I would say yes. Let me see. Coasty. So it would be around here is where I would start, and then here, and then probably bring the hat around here. Do a little yes, and then do the face. I would probably maybe even make the pot a little bit bigger. Block it off. Here's your hair, like this. Here's the nose. Here's the eyes, the eyebrows, the hair. You could 100% do it on a coasty girl. This is my quick sketch. You could totally fit it. Okay, so putting that to the side. See, it's a very quick sketch. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. Girl, I tried to say the right. I probably say more wrong things than I do right most of the time. I feel like I'm always putting my foot in my mouth, but I'm a very strongly, I think most of you who know me know I am very, very strongly opinionated. Sometimes a little too much. I am not one that's gonna just sit back and let people talk bad about other people like that, especially when it's my daughter or, you know, just other people. Kindness. So let's go ahead and mix some of the neons. Yes, this is wash, and you can mix it in with your acrylics. I do it all the time. Have not had an adverse reaction yet. Just use it to kind of brighten it up. It's me, so if you care to find me, look to the western sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves the chance to fly. Yeah, I know. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. It's a very quick tutorial. It looks like a lot, but this is probably one that, you know, like that little sketch took me less than a minute. Like the sketching portion of this video was only 15 minutes long, and most of that was me talking. So I promise you that if I wasn't talking so much, this would be a lot quicker. Oh God, I cannot wait. I can't tell you guys how much I cannot wait for Wicked Part 2. So excited. I'm like jumping out my skin. I'm very, very excited for that. I'm probably going to watch it several times in theater. I don't care if you judge me. Do not care. So I'm going to grab some of the light mocha and put that out. A little kiss of red. I just lightly dipped my paintbrush in there. Maybe a tiny little bit of orange. Just a little bit to give it a little bit of a tan color. A little bit of the light pink and a little bit of the red. We're just mixing here to get a smooth little color. I'll show you what the final result is in a little bit. I mix my paints a lot because this is just how I'm used to it now. Like I mix my own paints because the ones that are store-bought are not always the best accurate representation of what I'm trying to achieve. That doesn't mean you have to, okay? So this is the color that I'm going for here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a little bit of like a red, peachy tone. And so I'm going to fill in her nose with that color. And I probably will be doing several layers on her skin. So don't freak out. This is why I don't do face tutorials. It's going to be a bumpy ride, like I said at the beginning, because I do not do face tutorials for a reason. It's kind of hard to explain like what I'm doing and, you know, try to remember that other people are working with different paint brands. They work with different pressure points. So bear with me, okay? I am very, very lightly, okay? I'm not dabbing in the paint. It's not very thick on right now because if you go in thick with your paint, let's say that I wanted to go in with black. And I'm just gonna, let's say I have thicker paint. I have the deco art or the folk art or whatever, right? And I go in thick like that. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna get a whole bunch of weird ridges like that, right? When the paint dries, which is gonna make it a little bit harder for you to create texture with your hair, to do the waviness, because every time that you go, you're gonna be running into those bumps. So this is a big reason also why I try to put my layers on layer by layer in thin portions, because I don't want to go in with a thick layer and then I'm gonna have all these bumps on my painting. And I don't think I've ever actually explained that on live, but that's also a really big reason as to why I do so many layers on my faces, on my animals, is because I'm trying to avoid the bumps. sometimes the bumps are unavoidable. So where you can, work smarter, not harder. I'm looking for a different brush, but I guess this one will do. All right, so this is not completely dry, so I'm just gonna, oh, this has paint from I don't know what on it. I'm gonna lightly try to brush out this. What is going on here? Heather, you got me with me not cleaning my brushes. I was gonna lightly fan that out because I'm trying to avoid having a line, but I don't know what on my brush. It's like old crusty brown paint. This is what I get for being a messy person. All right, let's see if that will be a little bit better. No, it left like residue. Ugh. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna come back in, and I'm just trying to get rid of any harsh lines. I have one of Wanda's fluffy Fred brushes. It's the best. And yes, I'm painting into the hair. That's okay, because guess what? The hair does not matter at this point. We're working on the face, okay? So I'm adding in the rosiness of the cheeks. And I'm gonna come over here, grab some of my light mocha. I rinsed off my brush and wiped off the excess. I'm gonna use a little bit of white. Just lighten it up. But you still want that peachy tone. And let's add that layer into her face. It might look a little dirty. I sketched a little darker this time than I usually do because I wanted you to be able to see the actual, what's it called? The actual sketch on TV, on the phone, on TV. I'm a celebrity over here. Coming to you live from Facebook. If you haven't gotten these brushes, I cannot stress enough how easy they are to paint with. Like, I use these religiously now for everything almost. Yeah, cannot stress them enough. They're in Wanda shop. They're the fluffy Fred brushes. They are amazing. And look at how quick and easy that application was. So now that this is kind of drying, I'm going to, you know, while something else is drying, you can always be working on a different portion of your painting so you're not taking up too much of your own time. I'm gonna grab some blue, a smidge of black, just a little kiss into it, and some white. And we're gonna make that into nice, steely gray blue, almost like a denim color. And I'm gonna use that over here in my little pot, my little cauldron. And y'all know my tutorials can run up to like 3-4 hours sometimes. So if you're like, Diana's going too fast, well, that is why, because I want to make sure that we get this one done while I can. So there, we got that going, and then let's start filling in the hat. So I want to tell myself for the future, this is where my hair starts and this is where the hat starts. So I'm just going to put a color of, it doesn't really matter what color you put on. I'm just putting a brick red here just to kind of divide it. And just for mentally myself, I know that that's where the hat is beginning. And then I'm going to fill the hat in with some black. Remember that this is going to be downloaded and uploaded to my YouTube video, my YouTube channel, so that you have easy access to just click on the link. You can always rewind, mute, fast forward, pause, go at your own leisure, take your time. I did not rinse my brush off, but I did put a little bit of white on it, so that I can give myself another little line, another little crease. See how it's mixing with the black that was already on my brush. And go up with your black. Just to give yourself a little line of where you are. water. I gotta go at a good steady pace, or if not, I'll end up being on here till like 10 o'clock. Let me see. I do speak fluently in movie quotes, Heather. And I know you do. Anita, yeah, for the hair, it's straight. I think I did black. I might have put a little bit of brown. But either way, I mean, it's going to be covered. This is just the underpainting, so it doesn't matter if you use straight black or not. Remember, we build and we build and we build on those layers, girl. All right, so now that I am here, the eyes are going to probably be the last thing that I do on this face, because I want to get the shading and the actual skin tone colors correct. So now that we have our first layer down, it's going to be easier, I think, to blend in. Let's start over here with the eye. So this eye is being shadowed over here by this hair, right? We're going to grab a color that I did not put down, which is, where is it? Of course, like the one color I'm going to be looking for is not going to be easily accessible. Oh my God, that's annoying. Where is that raw sienna? Okay, I might have to get my butt up. Let's look over here in my paints. Okay, it was buried. It was buried. All right, we're going in with some of this raw sienna, okay? It's like a mustard, burnt orange, golden yellow. This is what I picture the color would be if I burnt like a golden yellow. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna grab some of this very lightly. I have my feathery brush. It's very, very light. I have barely any paint on there, as you can see. I'm using mostly the moisture from the brush. Very lightly tapped it in. I grabbed it off of the palette, and then I'm tapping off the excess onto the palette around here so that it looks a little bit like this. I might even tap a little bit off on the rag. So very lightly from here, about right there, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to start to apply that color in here. Bring it around town up until about here. Now my paint is still wet. I'll probably go up around the eyebrow too. My paint is still wet. I'm going to rinse my brush, try to get as much of the paint off as I can. And I'm going to try to scrub this little edge out here because I don't want a straight line, right? I want to blend it in as seamlessly as I can into the skin. Now, if you are not a fast worker, then what you can do is you can add a little bit more color onto your brush. Go ahead and go in here, stop, wipe off the excess, and go in with your original skin color, which was some of that light mocha with the white, okay? And you can keep going and blending like that by adding wet on wet. So add your color here, get the excess off, and then use your brush, your blending brush, kind of tap it in down the center, get rid of any harsh lines, blend it in nice and neat together, make it a little bit seamless. It's like you're applying makeup. Think about it as you're applying makeup. If you don't wear makeup, that's okay too. You just pretend like you have your grandbabies visiting, or you know, one of your Barbie dolls, and you're applying makeup. Just think of it as the best way you can. Did I mention the red, that we're going to be using a little bit of the red, the neon red? If you don't have any type of fluorescent red, then go ahead and use a dark like cherry red. So I have this burnt sienna. I also have this other red color. It is from the Pro Acrylic line as well, and it is a burnt red, so it's like burnt sienna. It's a really good substitution color. If you don't have that, I would mix a little bit of that with some orange. I know this is a lot of information overload. Bear with me. I promise the end result will be worth it. So just go ahead and apply some of that here as well. Wiping off all the excess. That is a very heavily pigmented paint, so I'm going to try to get as much off of it as I can. That bottom color already should be dry, and I'm just very, very lightly. I mean, I'm touching it like it's a brand new baby bird, and it is. Let's coax let's clean the baby bird's feathers. Think of it like very, very gentle. Think of this as like a little sea turtle that got caught in a plastic thing, and you're very, very gently trying to pick it, like very subtle, soft. All right, so from here, I'm gonna come back in with some of that red color, okay? A little bit of red and a little bit of the, what is this, light mocha? If you want to add a little bit of the fluorescent red, go ahead and do that. It makes a nice, very rosy color. And bring it here. Right up until about here. You don't want it too close to the nose. But we're slowly going to get in some color. I don't know what it is about this little area, but it's giving me some weird vibes. So let me add some regular skin tone color here, and then I'm going to go in on top of that, see if it'll pick up a little bit better. Oop. It did. That was a lot better. And sometimes that's what you need to do too, is rethink your bottom color and then, you know, layer that on again. And just blend it up, get rid of any harsh lines that you may have. Like that. What color green is the witch cauldron? The actual cauldron or the green part? Oh, the green, duh. It was, oh God, what is this? Light green permanent. So it's just any like very bright green that you may have. And then I also went in with some of the neon and yellow greens from Wanda's neons. So I'm just kind of layering the colors in between. Doesn't have to be one specific color. It's just whatever light greens you have. And you got shading on her face in color. A minute, girl. All right. So here I'm going to go in with some light mocha, add some white to it, and let's come over here and add in this color, right? I'm gonna go a little bit under her eye, like this, brightening up this section of her face. Now here, I'm gonna stop, rinse my brush off, and then grab some of that rosy pink that we had so that we can blend it together and create a little bit of a seamless line so that you don't have just like a direct pink thing in her face, right? We're trying to make sure that it's cohesive, that it kind of blends together. And I cannot stress enough, most of the time, if you are not getting the results that you are wanting, it's either the paint consistency that you have or the brushes that you are using. If your brush is not fluffy enough to blend, let's say that you are using a flathead brush to blend, it's not going to give you the same results. You're going to get a lot of scratches. You're going to get a lot of very tense lines. Please make sure that when you are using whichever brush you use to blend, that it is fluffy, it's soft, it's something that does not have sharp edges. It's something that you can press down from the top, and it's not going to make any type of like deep changes to your painting. Just blend back and forth. Keep going back and grabbing those colors that you used at first. Keep mixing the colors back together. And this is also another big reason why it's good to invest in yourself, invest in your art. Cannot recommend getting a wet palette enough. Get one off of Amazon, get one off of Wanda's shop. She has the Gibby box. Get you a wet palette because you will not be sorry for it. It saves your paint, it keeps them moist, it keeps them wet, and it lets you keep going so you don't have as much paint waste. And get yourself the products that you feel work best for you. They do make a very big difference in your art. As soon as I switched paints, honestly, I never looked back. Like I never looked back. As soon as I tried fluid paints, that was it for me. Luckily, Liquitex makes them, Wanda makes them, and Pro Acrylic makes them. I love all three brands. They are amazing. Fluid paint has really changed the way that I am able to blend, the way that I am able to do fur. It takes a lot longer, not a lot longer, but it dries a little bit slower than it would with a heavy body paint. All right, so I'm overworking it, so I'm just gonna step away from that little section. This is where we're at so far. From here, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some water first of all. And then I'm gonna grab some more of the, let's go in with that brick red sienna color, some of the fluorescent red color, and just a smidge of the light mocha. I want a little bit darker than that. So this is the color that we ended up with. And I'm gonna come do the same over here with the cheeks. Let's start to get them nice and rosy. Remember, it's okay if you paint into your black while you are blending, because this is gonna be hair anyway, so don't stress about it too much. All right, so here's her rosy cheeks, and I got the rest of the paint off. I'm just gonna use the edge of my brush to kind of swoosh it up a little bit. And then while that is drying, I'm going to grab some of my light mocha mixture with my white, the little skin tone, and let's mix it in. Blend together so that, you know, it doesn't have a harsh line. And keep going, keep working at it. It's not gonna be like a one swipe type of deal either. So don't get frustrated with yourself if it's not coming out how you want at the first try. Remember that I have been painting for a really long time, and the tutorials themselves take a long time, so that's why I kind of rush through them. That does not mean that you have to rush through it. If this tutorial takes you 3-4 hours to do, but if it's a worth it 3 or 4 hours for you, then, you know, do it. And if halfway through this you're like, yeah, you know, not really my thing, then, you know, don't waste your time on something that's not going to bring you joy. I've learned to do that with my books as well. Like, if I'm not feeling a book, it doesn't matter. I'm just not going to read it, right? So from here, I'm going to go in and dip into just a little bit of that fluorescent red with light mocha mixture, and give myself a little bit of a curve here. Just very, very slight. Just adding in some pink, a little bit off the center to her nose. It's not even, you know, very big. I'm going to tap off the excess, and then I'm just going to kind of tap it in. And it's very, very light. You can't really even tell too much. But we're starting to build around the nose. We're starting to build some shadow. And then this one's going to be a little bit tricky. So bear with me while I try to figure out what colors to explain this best. Let me experiment a little bit. I'm gonna grab some purple. I know it sounds a little odd, but I'm seeing purple in that color. Is this clogged? Okay guys, so I said in my previous tutorial for the sketch portion of this that this is the big anniversary week for East Coast Santorini sales, and I will be donating a custom painting. Now the reason why I say that this is a very selective giveaway is because I know that not everybody wants a custom painting of mine, so that's fine. Like if you don't want to enter for one, this is not the giveaway for you. There's going to be tons of other ones throughout the week that you can participate in for a chance to win something, you know, from one of the admins. So this is going to be my portion of it. And the reason why I'm making it, you know, from this tutorial, is because, you know, I don't do custom paintings very often. And when I do, I want, you know, I try to make it a little bit worth it. So I want to make it worth it for those who take the time to actually participate and paint something, you know, something of mine. So this is my way of saying thank you for allowing me to take up your feeds most days to do some paint alongs. And if you want to just paint along without entering the tutorial, entering the giveaway, that's okay too. So I'm just going to come back and work on my blending on this side because I'm not very happy with it. I think I was overworking it with the paints. I might even just drag this up and connect it a little bit here. Like this. Give her a little bit of like a rosy underside here. You see that? And then I'm gonna grab some brown. So here, let me mix with you guys on camera. Let me see if this works a little bit better. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some brown. I'm gonna kiss my purple. So it's just the smallest little smidge of purple. And then I'm gonna add some white. Oh, that's too much white. Yeah, that was way too much white. So that it's a nice little brown purple color like this. Honestly, you could probably, that color is probably already made somewhere, but that's just how I mix it. So I'm taking most of the paint off my brush because I don't want to just go and glob and heavy it up. I want to make sure that when I'm putting it down, I have enough to layer it. Remember, the faces, the hair, it takes layers. It's not just going to be a one swipe and done. And if it is, more power to you. You know, you are better than I could ever be. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up here all the way around. And look, I'm already getting a very harsh line here. So I'm going to try to work as quickly as I can. Let's bring it around town here. Rinse off. Try to work as quick as I can. And we're going to try to smooth this line out by just gently, you know, let's talk sweet to it. Say, hey, little shading. Didn't mean to give you a really harsh line here, but I'm going to try to work it out. And you can also go in with wet on wet. Don't forget. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Try to go wet on wet. And then, you know, go in with some of the color and blend in. If this is your first time joining me on one of my tutorials, hello, welcome to the chaos, because I am everywhere most of the time. I speak in scrambled chicken noodle mom soup, and most of the time what I say does not make sense coming out of my brain. Put a little bit more brown in there. I'm just gonna let that dry because I think I went in too wet with that. So now it's giving me some like really ugly streaks, and that's okay. You guys get to learn with me while I do it. How to fix the errors in it. So the way that it's gonna work is I will be having a like a secret question hidden inside of this tutorial. I'm not gonna say what time, I'm not gonna say when. I'm just gonna ask a question, and it's gonna be a open-ended question. And so it'll be something like, tell me about the first time you went to the movies, or tell me about the first boy that broke your heart, or something like that. You know, not too personal, but I will ask you an open-ended question, and it'll be for the giveaway. So when you post your rock, I will create a thread, pin it to the feature so that you have access to it to go and post your rock under that thread. Oh, my ring's backwards. I want you to post your rock, and I want you to also, I might make an event out of it. So that you can just post directly to the event. And I want you to answer my question. And the reason I'm doing that is because sometimes, you know, when we do giveaways, you know, or like when I've done a giveaway in the past or a tutorial in the past, people will just look at the final image that I painted and be like, oh, I could just paint that, you know, and just paint it and then submit it. And then that's it. But they didn't actually watch the tutorial. They didn't take the time, you know, with me to paint it. And that's okay. That's okay. But then that just means that this giveaway isn't for you if you're going to do that. If you sat here and you watched it and you took time out of your life, like, I appreciate that. So I'm going to give you something in return. So just be on the lookout for that. I'm not going to tell you when. Don't be asking me, did you already say the secret word? Because I'm not going to answer that. Because then that's going to give other people like a hint as to where it is in the area, you know. What color is that? Let me see. I'm just going to go with that brown color that I did again. And we're going to bring it down still. The reason I was letting it dry is so that I don't overwork the paint, because when I overwork it, sometimes it just starts to lift the bottom color up, and it's very, what is that word when you're working against yourself? Proactive? Retroactive? It's not what we're trying to do. It's working against you. And then I'm going to grab some of that white with light mocha mixture over here. I just realized that my palette's like off the camera. All right. So light mocha with white mixture, just a little bit. I'm going to tap it off, and I'm going to come up here around the brow and try to lighten it up there. Go in, blend it down. See, that's a very harsh line right there that I already left, so I'm probably not going to be able to blend it in anymore. Let me just try to go in with some dark color here. She's going to be so cute when we're done. Mixing brown, purple, and white to create like a really pretty, what is this, like a mauve color? I don't think it's mauve. Maybe it is. But we're just building and building. She looks like she's got a little bit of a black eye. That's okay. And then let me try to blend this line out so you guys can learn with me. Yeah, and then on top of that, I don't think my husband's actually going into work tomorrow. He just told me, so yay. Just seen a little text pop up. She's a hot mess right now. It's fine. I'm just gonna walk away from her for a little bit. I'm gonna start working down here on this little cauldron while she completely fully dries up here. Is anybody still here? Everybody's so quiet. Oh, it's the end of auction. Oh God. See, I'm glad that I didn't put nothing into auction this week, because yeah, I wouldn't have been able to deal with all of that. And then this too. So I'm gonna just put in another layer, and the reason I'm doing another layer, you don't have to, but the reason I'm doing it is because I still see all of these little lines here, and I don't like that. I want my stuff to be, you know, solid. That's the difference between, you know, just doing a quick little, I'm just gonna do it, and then actually like, okay, I want this to look, you know, presentable. Honestly, I was thinking about another tutorial, Jessica. Especially since you just told me that, like, I could have done this tutorial tomorrow. But no, then I can do another different one tomorrow. I know, because I wanted to do an angel wings one. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of this darker green. This is a, what color is this? This is Phthalocyanine green. I probably butchered that name. That's okay. But it is a darker green. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab some of this neon and yellow and just give myself something to blend into. Just putting down a layer of it so that it's nice and wet. And then this brush, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to paint most of this painting with this brush alone because this thing is amazing. I'm going to dip into my green over here on the edge. And I'm going to come over here and line this edge. Look at that beautiful blend. And it's wet on wet, so it's picking up that bottom color, but also giving you that darkness that you need. Ooh, you see how easy that was? Look at that. Look at that. Hold on. Let me show you without the glare of the light how beautifully that blends. And you don't even have to really work at it. I'm doing it at an angle. So keep going in until you want it, until it's as dark as you want it. Remember, this is the edge of the cauldron. Ta-da! Hold on, this, oh, it's the glare. It's the glare from the light. That's why it looks all dark over here. At least even it out, girlfriend. There you go, it's a little bit better. All right. So I'll probably end up doing that another time before I start adding the bubbles and all of that fun stuff. And then this background, I think I'm gonna blend like green into purple. So let's put a little bit of the, hold on. First of all, is my witch hat even? No, this probably needs to stand up a little bit more. Your background color, you could do whichever color you want, honestly. If you have space for a background color, because I know that a lot of rock shapes won't have room for it. Okay. So now that that is done, everybody's still here. Let's come back over here and start to work on the nose bridge area. I'm gonna grab some of this, what is this, raw sienna again. Tap off the excess, and let's shade up here like this. We're gonna give her a little bridge. I'm gonna touch the top of the nose right here. And it's very, very light. Okay, I'm not coming in to glob it on. I'm just creating a little bit of a bridge. Like it's barely even there. Barely kissing the rock with the color. Think of it that way. You're grazing it. Light as a feather. Like that. Grab some of that mauve, brown, and purple color again. And we're gonna kind of do a little bit of that. Very lightly. You're just giving her nose some shape. Very, very lightly. Oh, my wet brush picked up the color. Okay, I just need to wait for this to dry. I'm like overworking it. Okay, erase this part. It's because I need to mix more color and I'm just being too lazy to. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit better. So I took most of the paint off. Let's try it again. Get a little bit of a smoother blend. And then I'm gonna go in with some of that very, very white. Let me just make sure all my purple is out. Very, very, very white, light mocha. And blend up. Taking off the excess paint, rinsing, and let's tap in. Let's just blend and work at it. Very, very lightly. Keep working between this little line. This line is going to be killer for me. I can already tell you that. In this little spot, I don't know what happened here. It's like a hook. Skin is very iffy to play with sometimes, you know? All right. So far, I've gone in on this section about 100 times. I told my husband that if he's off tomorrow, well, this was earlier before we knew he was gonna be off. I told him, like, if you're off tomorrow, can we go to Five Below so that I can go do a little bit of retail therapy? And he was just like, you want me to go with you? Yeah, duh. So that's what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. I'm getting just a little bit of that burnt sienna with some light mocha, little tiny bit, and I'm gonna just try to get rid of this line. Here like that. And then just bring the rest of that color up. Very, very, very lightly. So from here, let's start working on this little nose, this little nosy poo. I am going to grab my fine liner and I will be using some brown and some burnt sienna together, like a even 1-to-1 portion. All right, so this is the color that we're looking for. It's like a brown red, very watered down, tapping off the excess. And I'm gonna very lightly line the nose. I mean, if you wanna kiss the water with your brush, just very lightly tap it in and use the excess paint that's on your brush to go in. Like this. I'm gonna raise it up a little bit here. This is a nose. So give her a little indent here. And then I'm going to grab my neon red. If you don't have neon red, you can just use some burnt sienna, which is that brick red color. And we're gonna do little nostrils here. So just do a little circle here, a little circle here. Okay? The nose isn't done. We're just letting it dry, okay? What I'm gonna do next is the eyebrows. I'm gonna go in with some brown and some burnt sienna, which is that brick red. It's just these two together right here. Brown, brick red, just darken it up a little bit. Like this. And let's just go for it. We're gonna do a little bit of hair sticking up and then bam. A little bit of hair sticking up and then bam. Like that. Ta-da. Grab some water. Thanks, Michelle. They are holographic glitter. They're super. I don't know. I wanted to do something, but I think I made them too thick this time, though. But it's the glitter. It's because I do my own nails. Anita, are you guys frozen? Michelle, are you frozen too? Am I frozen? Hello, can you guys see me? Oh no. Let me know now before I keep going. Good, good. Hey, Lori. Yes, I'm painting a little baby witch. Just a random image I generated on AI. Hey, Connie. Okay, stop yelling at me. I'm here. Just kidding. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some of this burnt sienna again. I'm gonna kiss the water with it, and when I say kiss the water, I mean literally like here my I can't ever show you all. So you just grab your water and you just boop, kiss it. That's it. You don't want a lot. You don't want it dripping down. You just want a little kiss of water. That's what I mean when I say kiss the paint, kiss the water, yada yada. So I'm gonna shade around here. And you see how it's very, very light. I mean, very light. It's almost like watercolor. Just that area. That's it. That's all you're doing. Very, very light. Almost like you just want to drop a little bit, and we're going to just build on that. And I'm telling you, I always like to go in really, really light with my facial paintings because it's easier to say, okay, that wasn't enough, let me add more, than to just go in with a really dark color and be like, ooh, I can't take that back. I have to do something with it, you know? And then let's come over here and grab some of the light mocha with some white mixture. Kiss the water, tap the excess, and we're gonna just kind of highlight a little bit under the eye here. I'm gonna take off the excess and I'm just gonna work with the water that's on my brush to kind of scrub it out. And I say scrub it out because I'm just doing a scrubbing motion. Bring it out. Okay, so next will be the, what should we do next? Should we do the bubbles? Should we do the bubbles last or first? Let's just do the bubbles now. So, bubbles. Lots of fun. Kind of super, or should we finish the face first? Let's finish the face first and then we'll do the bubbles and all that, and the hair. God, there's a lot left. Okay. So from here, I'm gonna add a little tiny bit more color here. Remember, we're building it on. Use the wetness that's in your brush to kind of scrub it out, make it a little bit dark. And then now that my paint is off my brush, it's a clean brush, I'm gonna dip it into some white, tap off the excess, you don't want a lot, and then kind of just create a little shine on the nose, like this. And I will say I'm gonna go in with a little bit of brown, not the burnt sienna, but brown, and shade here around this area, this nostril. So it's like I'm gonna connect. I'm gonna come down here, go up, and shade this whole little area right here. Like that. And then we're gonna grab some brown, some of that mauve like mixture that we just used to shade up here, and let's create some nose shading. Very light, just kind of lightly scraping across it, very barely touching it, but it's shading under the nose for where she's at, okay? And I might want to take a little bit of that same brown mauve mixture. I'm probably using the word mauve incorrectly, so excuse me if I am. Let me just get rid of that line right there. I'm telling you, this little area, there's always one part in every tutorial that I overwork, and that's gonna be my area for today. I'm gonna put some right here. Some of that same color right here. Let's just very lightly touch it, get rid of any excess lines. Okay. All right, so next is gonna be the eyes. Let's go ahead and fill out the white portion. And I am putting a generous amount of paint because I am going to be blending wet on wet. Okay, so be prepared, be ready. If you're gonna go into this little eye portion, make sure you have a good amount of paint on your brush, on your little fine liner brushes. I might do 2 layers on this white, or maybe not. Because usually when I paint the eyeballs white, they end up having a little bit of, like you can see the lines. And what I mean is that, you see how you can see the lines? Like the little lines here. I don't like that. So I'll probably end up doing a second layer. So let me just let this dry, and then I'll show you guys about the blending to make it look shaded in there, to give them a little bit more realistic, you know, glares and stuff like that. So just add the white. That's that portion of it. And then I'm gonna go in with some very bright green, which I'm gonna mix some of the neon green and the yellow green. If you don't have Wanda's neons, of course, just use the brightest green that you have. If you don't have a bright green, just add yellow to it, to whichever green you have, and maybe some white. Eyes are gonna be big and green and beautiful. My daughter has green eyes. Well, I don't know. Everybody says that they're green, but because my husband has green eyes, but to me, they look more gray. They look more gray than green. Sometimes they look a little bit green. Sometimes they look blue. And most of the times they just look gray to me. She has really pretty eyes though. And then last but not least, we're going to do the black. Notice how I haven't lined anything yet. The lining on the eyeballs is always the last thing that I do, because I want to make sure that when I'm painting it, I use the line to cover up a lot of my mess, if that makes sense. Okay. Whew. Oh, sorry, Anita. I just saw that comment. Oh, Lori, they gave you some carnitas. That sounds good. Dang, that sounds really good. My mouth watered. Neon green glow. Yeah, so I add the neons to a lot of my like regular acrylics a lot, actually, to brighten them up. I feel like these eyeballs are not the same. Let me see. See why I said that you're not married to the sketch, and you can always fix it in paint. And then the black needs to come down. There we go. You see? Takes a little bit. Okay, so now that portion is done, I'm going to go ahead and go back into the white. The white is pretty dry, so let's go back in with some heavy paint. You know, we want to make sure that it's wet enough for us to blend into. So here we go with our second layer. And I'm gonna grab some, I'm gonna kiss the black. I still have white on my paintbrush, and just a smidge of blue too. So this blue-gray color right here. While my paint is wet, so tap off the excess, and let's start up here at the top and bring it down. And here, and bring it in. See how it's blending nice into the white. I'm making my eye bigger than it needs to be. Blend it into your white. So remember, if you are now tuning in, this tutorial is a secret giveaway for a custom painting of mine. So if you have, oh, I'm dabbing over here at the wrong thing. If you have not heard, I will be doing a giveaway for a custom painting of your choice. If you paint along with me and you post your final rock. The trick is that there will be a secret question throughout this video. I'm not going to tell you where. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to type it out somewhere. When you post your final rock, you have to answer the question. I don't want you to write the question that I asked so that others don't know what it is. They didn't watch it. This is not the tutorial giveaway for them. This is for those who stayed or didn't stay and maybe wanted to watch it later, because I know these can drag on a little bit. If you paint it, you do it, you post it, you'll be entered. So I have not said the question yet, by the way. All right, so let's come over here. And I will not be saying when I'm going to say it. Don't ask me either. And then just go in with some white to blend it out. But it kind of gives you a little bit of, you know, shading around the eyeball so it doesn't look just flat white. And I am doing it with a fine liner. This is an eyeliner brush from Amazon. You can get a pack of like 100 for $6. Oh my gosh, Lisa. I hope she's okay. I've been living in Oklahoma myself. I have been through my fair share of those, and I can say that she is, yeah, you keep an eye on that baby. All right, I'm gonna go in and just kind of highlight this little white spot one more time. All right, so I'm gonna go in with some brown now that this area has kind of dried up a little bit, and I'm just gonna highlight the top portion of the nostril, just so that you can see like, okay, this is where the nostril begins. I just put in a little faint line of brown up there at the top. And now that my eyeball is sort of complete, well, yeah, sort of complete, I'm gonna go ahead and line it. Make sure that your paint is wet enough when you are lining. Make sure that you do the rollout method. You just grab your paintbrush and you twist it out, roll out any balls that you may accumulate at the end, and go ahead and line your eyeballs. Man, we watched Freaky Friday today, and I had not seen that movie in so long. My husband was like, you know, Chad Michael Murray comes out on Freaky Friday, the one with Jamie Lee Curtis, and it's not the new one, but the old, like the original one. And he was just like, they're trying so hard to make Chad Michael Murray hot. And I was like, honey, they don't gotta try. Back in the day, he was, you know, he was a hunk of burning love. I mean, that was like my crush, you know, back in middle school, high school eras. Chad Michael Murray. Now he's doing all those like soap opera type movie, like the Hallmark type of movies. You know, I know so many of you guys love them. I know that's like one of Katie's favorite things to watch is Hallmark movies. It's so funny. You know, when she was here, I don't talk about it a lot because, like, yes, I talk about my personal life, but I don't talk, like, you know, about all the stuff that happens to me. So I had a breast cancer scare last year. It runs in my family, and I had a lump. I know, TMI, but I went to the doctor to get it checked, and it just so happened that Katie was at that time she was visiting me, right? So my doctor did feel the same lump that I felt, and so I ended up going for my first mammogram, right, at 33 years old. And it was a very scary experience, but you know, Katie went with me. She sat with me. I was like sweating, and she was just the biggest comfort for me. I love that woman with all my heart. She was there for me through a very hard time. Needless to say, thank God it came back clear. But I will always remember just sitting in that waiting room because I was like, oh my God, they have Hallmark movies. And so we were just sitting there watching a Hallmark movie, you know, when I was at a very anxious time in my life. So yeah, I can't do those regularly. So hold on, I'm trying to correct my eyeball here because they're just not even today. It's because I'm painting at an angle. Last year was tough, man. It was a really, really hard year for me. I was going through a lot of, oh my God, speaking of which, I forgot to call my mom back. I just went through a lot of really deep personal things last year with my family, and it's just a hard year. I just feel like every year since 2020 has been hard, not just for me, but for everybody. All right, so I'm gonna play around with these eyes because they're not looking even to me, and they're starting to bug me. But before I do that, I will say I'm gonna come up here with a very thick line of black, probably up to around here, like the bottom mid portion, right? I want a dark upper liner, and it's almost like you're giving her an extra inch on the eye. Not literally, you don't give her like a whole other inch, but you are gonna make it thick up here because this is where her eyelashes are gonna go. And she's just a baby. And then once that's done, you can start to, you know, do your rollout method with your brush. Make sure you got a fine little point and start to do the little lashes. Oh, she's gonna be so cute. All right. And then we also want to do some lashes down here. Although I do feel like I made her bottom liner down here a little, her eyes are just off to me right now. I think I drew them too uneven. Too late to go back. We can only just fix what we can control. Put a little bit of a white liner up here. And maybe we want to even it out and do one over here too. Miss Lori, you have a whole week to paint. So you will, well, I wouldn't say a whole week. You have until probably like Friday to paint. I believe in you. And don't forget that you can also message me and I can help you. North Dakota. Wow. I hope she's okay. Yeah. Freakier Friday. I have not seen Freakier Friday yet. But I want to. Yes, Susan. Katie is awesome. She's amazing. All right. So now that we are here. Well, hold on. I forgot my bottom lashes. Look at how cute. Okay, and then don't forget, hello, we gotta line the top of this cauldron very carefully though. You don't wanna mess up your face that you've worked so hard to do. Oh no. I got on the edge there. Okay, so from here, it's gonna be a little tricky. I'm gonna go turn this little rock around like this. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did here where we shade dark into light. So I'm gonna come and grab my little blending brush. You already know. Grab some black, some blue, and just a little tiny smidge of white, like a kiss of white. That's it. We want it to be, you know, like a dark blue, navy blue, gray color. like this color. It almost looks just black, but there's blue in there, I promise. All right, so very, very gently. Quickly gonna rinse off my brush, wipe off all the excess paint, and then just use the edge of the brush. Oh no, that dried way too fast. To kind of just smear it out, get rid of harsh lines. You know the drill. I should have done this portion when I was doing the top. Okay, I might need to reblend this color. What was it? I think we did black, blue, and a lot of white for this one. So it's about this color, yeah. Like a steely denim blue. And then remember, you can blend white on white. I mean, white on white. Wet on wet. Jesus. It's been a long weekend, guys. We had a get together yesterday for to watch the fight, and also because our friends from here are moving, which is not fun. They're like our only friends from here. And they are moving, so I'm super bummed out about that. But, you know, it's the Army life. Everybody comes and goes. And so we've been trying to spend some time with them because right now they don't have nothing in their house. All their stuff got picked up this week. Don't ask me where they're going because I'll get in my feelings about it. They're going to Hawaii. The one place where I'm, like, dying to go back to. Yeah. But I am a little bit, I'm lagging. I need some coffee. I need some caffeine. So we just blended from dark to light a little bit. Just to give it a little bit of a difference, right? To break up the potion area from that. And then we're going to work on some hair. So be prepared. We're not done with the eyeballs yet either. So don't get crazy with me. We're not there yet with that. I'm gonna turn on my little foot massager, so if you hear a little something in the background, that's what it is. So let's go in with some brown and some red, right? Some of that burnt sienna and brown chocolate mixture. And we're just gonna do some curls. So just do wavy motions with your, I should have painted this black again, but that's okay. That's okay because look, we could just do this. Just do a whole bunch of waves. We're gonna layer the hair, okay? These are thick waves. Notice that when I'm doing them, they are thick. And does it look like you can see them against the black? No, not right now, but I promise you that once we start getting other colors in there, you will. So right now, I'm just doing, like, think of those thick, curly French fries, right? That's what we're doing around her face. It's going to be lots and lots of layers of hair. Different hair color. Different highlights. Hair is not just one color. I mean, it is sometimes, but you know what I mean. Painting it is not just one color, I should say. It takes a lot of layers and, you know. Okay, so there we are. Hair's coming in around her face. Let me go back to, I know, I'm all over the place. Just bear with me. I promise you I'll get you there. I'm going to water down my brush a little bit and I'm going to grab some of that phthalo green up here that I had. Water it down. I have a very little bit on my brush and I'm going to, you know, kiss the water. And we're just going to shade in around the top. The same thing that we did with the eyes. Shade in around the top, around the bottom. Right here. Remember that if you get it in your black, it's okay because it's black. You could just paint over it again. That's probably why. It's because this eye is like an even. I feel a little bit better about that. Yeah, give her a little bit of different shading in her eye. Like this. Maybe more people will hop on now that auction's done. Or not. That's okay too. Hello, Teresa. Downton Abbey. You know, is that movie already out? I've never watched that, but man, we saw the commercial when we went to go take the kids to see Lilo and Stitch, and I was like, I need to watch that. I've never seen the show, but now I feel like I want to watch the show just to watch the movie. Miss Lori, I don't even want to talk about our move because it has been a really bad, a very bad, stressful situation. We got some news this week, and this is exactly why I did not want to tell people where we were set to move, because it's changed already. This last week, I've been going through it this week, y'all. I have been going through it. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna mix some burnt sienna with some raw sienna to make kind of like a mustard ketchup brick red color right here. So this week we found out that we are not headed to the place where we originally thought we were going to go. It has been a bummer for sure. It was actually not even our fault. Somebody at the office messed up our paperwork, and they had an earful of it from me. Because yeah, that spot that we had went to somebody else. So that was not fun. It's been a week. It's been a very emotionally draining week for me. So now we are in limbo. Now we don't know where we are going, when we are going. We're just in limbo. And so I don't have the answers right now. And just gonna take it a day at a time. But it was a very, very long week. It was not news that we wanted to hear. It's just been a bummer, but it's okay. You know what? It's okay. It happened for a reason. I was not meant to go there for a reason. What the reason is yet, I don't know, but dear Lord, I am manifesting it. Please, dear God, just don't send me somewhere that's gonna be detrimental even further to my mental health. All right, so I'm just doing a whole bunch of squigglies with it. We're just layering that color in. Some are thick, some are long. It's okay, they're all gonna get buried in. I will show you guys how to, the lazy way that I do hair, so that it looks like you did a lot of work, but you really didn't. So we're starting to get there. We're starting to build up our layers so that she's, you know, popping with that pretty brown hair. Lori, from your lips to God's ears, please, for the love of God. Please, please. Let me see. Finally made it back into my schedule. I have to wait until you're finished with this part to start the painting tutorial. What? I know, friend. No, you can totally just hang out and watch. Like, you're gonna have until Friday to paint this and submit it in. I grabbed a little bit of white. Sorry, I get distracted sometimes. And I'm just gonna do a couple of little lines here and there in the eyeball to kind of make her a little bit more realistic. And maybe some yellow too, some of the neon yellow. Not a lot. It just makes her eyes pop a little bit more. So this is where we're at. Now, we have been layering the hair in. let's finish off the eyeballs over here with some glaze, which is always one of my favorite parts. So you just do a little glaze here, a little glaze here, and a little bit here, 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 here. Ooh, she's got like little starry eyes. You're so cute. She's gonna be so cute. Honestly, Tina knows about my moving woes, because she's one of my, you know, I feel like you're one of my closest friends, you know, like up there. So she knows. She has been listening to my dilemmas for the past couple of months, but that's exactly why I don't talk about the move so much, because now we don't know. Now we just don't know. It's a lot of stress. PCSing is a lot of stress, but you know, my husband is done this week. Thank God. He's done this week with I put a little bit of golden yellow in my palette, by the way. And I'm gonna mix that in over here with some of this burnt sienna, raw sienna mixture that we just did. So it's like I'm taking the colors that I was already working with, and then I'm just adding in some highlights, right? So I'm gonna add in some highlights for every up swirl. Does that make sense? Like when you're doing your little swirl motion. Very lightly too. I mean, at this point, if you want to just do the whole swirl, just do the whole swirl. I didn't even work out today. It's just been a week. Very mentally draining week. But you know what? It's okay. I used to just, I had a nervous breakdown on Friday. I'm not even gonna lie. This is like TMI. Okay, I'm just gonna get, y'all are just gonna be my own personal therapy tonight. I had a nervous breakdown, like a full blown, like my nervous system was shot. I just couldn't anymore. Like I just cried. Like my dog looked at me and I just burst into tears. It's just been heavy. It's heavy. And sometimes it just gets too heavy. And even the best of us lose it sometimes. And I'm definitely not the best of us, trust me. But I lost it. And so I needed to kind of decompress. If I haven't gotten back to your messages recently, this is why. I have not been in a good place. I got in a really big, ugly fight with my grandfather this week as well. And I just don't know if he's ever going to talk to me again. It's been one of those weeks, you know, where you just, everything is just a lot. So that's why I don't know. I feel like now more than ever, this kindness rocks just means something to me. It means something to me. When I first started painting them back in 2020, I was at the lowest point I had ever been in my life. Like I just didn't even want to be here anymore. That's how bad it was, you know? And when I say that kindness rocks really like changed my life, you know how a lot of you guys, you know, are very religious and you're like, well, you know, turning to God changed my life. And like, I wouldn't say it's on that level because, you know, that's a very heavy spiritual thing. But I would say it's like, for me, this was like on that level of life changing. Like I just, this is something that I firmly believe in. The spreading of kindness rocks. And I think that it gets lost sometimes in all of the different rock groups. There's so many rock painting groups out there. And whether you're a part of this one, or whether you're a part of that one, or this one or that one, sometimes I feel like we kind of get lost in the competitions of it, and the you know, the challenges, and the this, and the giveaways, and the free stuff. That it's like, why did we start to do this in the beginning? I started it because the idea behind somebody walking across something random in public and just finding that rock like that meant something to me. And the community that I found behind it meant something to me. The friendships that I made meant something to me. And it was during a time where we were so disconnected. We were, you know, 6 feet apart. And I had started with doing the chalk art in my neighborhood because that's all we had was just going outside to take walks. So everybody was always outside. We were yelling at each other from across the street. And it was, you know, I was drawing chalk paintings on the sidewalk so that the kids could have something to smile about until somebody told me like, hey, have you heard of the Kindness Rocks movement? And then that was it. I never looked back. So imagine how many more lives we could change. You could literally be saving somebody's life because somebody saved mine when they introduced me to this. And I can say that with like a knot in my throat. So let me compose myself. But yes, like you just truly never know whose life you could be impacting by coming across this and, you know, having a moment of kindness from somebody. So I'm taking some brown and some black. Ew, I hate I'm like a baby. I'm a very big crybaby. You guys already know that, so I'm not going to apologize for that. I don't care. I have feelings. I'm taking some brown and some black, and I'm just going to highlight, or not highlight, but blend down kind of shadow around where the hair is. Very, very lightly, okay? You don't want her looking all smudged like she just came out the... She's not Hermione. She's not going to come out of, you know, flu powder in the chimney. She doesn't have ash all over her. She's just got a little bit of shading from the hair. Very light. Hi, baby. Let me see. Did Daddy detangle your hair?
Yeah.
He did. How are you feeling?
A little bit of cold.
A little bit cold. Is he gonna blow dry your hair?
No, he didn't, but I left it for it to dry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's mostly dry. Okay, did you get medicine already?
No, I forgot.
Okay, let me see. You don't have a fever? Okay, Padre, Hijo, Espíritu Santo. Oh, give me a big hug. I love you, baby.
Love you too.
Tell Daddy to give you some of that medicine that's on top of the mommy's dresser, okay?
I'm hungry, Mom.
What do you mean you're hungry? It's bedtime. Carter, hello, come here. You didn't say goodnight to me, sir. Hold on, Titi. I love you, big guy. I'll see you in the morning, okay? Come on, baby. What do you mean you're hungry right now?
No, after the bedtime's done.
What do you mean after bedtime's done? After bedtime's done, you're gonna go to sleep, babe.
No, bedtime done.
Are you hungry now? Did you finish your dinner?
I'm gonna go check.
Okay, go check. Do you not remember if you finished your dinner? Sorry. All right, hold on, guys. Give me a minute. Mom duties call.
Hey, for real, I didn't.
You didn't for real?
Oh, I didn't.
Okay.
Never.
Here you go, baby. This one?
But Mommy, where's that thing that?
It's right here. Hey, buddy. You okay?
And
What are you looking for?
the green Lily? You know why this
What do you mean, where's Lily? Lily went upstairs, baby.
You know why the towel's on my chair so the water doesn't.
No, baby, the towel is on your chair because we washed those today. We washed the chairs today, so they need to dry.
Okay.
Do you need anything else, my love?
No.
There you go.
But I have two.
What? What do you mean? Okay. All done, Betty. Mommy's gonna get the sopita out.
Mommy, look, I did it.
Tylenol? Did you have it? Oh, it's right here.
Okay. Pause intermission. Okay, sorry guys. I swear my kid is like wanting to eat at 8 o'clock at night. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. Okay, so if you hear a little munching, he's not a gremlin, I promise. Let me get some water. Where's my water? Aw, Tracy, that's so sweet. Thank you. Sorry, 8 minutes later. Oh. Yeah, honestly, a good cry. Yeah, I cried all of Friday. My eyes are a little bit swollen still. Hello, Miss Kathy. Oh, Mrs. And I'm glad that it saved you too. He's over there munching. It's because he came, my husband, when I was doing the sketch portion of this, my husband took the kids to go get some canes. And then he came back and I just wasn't very hungry, so I wasn't paying attention at that time. So I didn't know if he had eaten his dinner or not, because they've been kind of just spending time with Dad today. Mommy's on her like 70th crash out of the week, so she needed some alone time. Yeah, I love this age. I had a little breakdown moment too this week. I was cleaning out the top of my counter, and you know, I found his little 4-year-old birthday candle, and I started crying because I said, I can't believe that this is the last time I'll ever need to buy a 4-year-old a number 4 birthday candle. It's one of those moments that you don't really realize, you know, kind of came and went until it's gone. It's just a lot. I have a lot of feelings. I just have a lot of feelings. I don't care. I'm an emotional person. I really hate being an empath sometimes. I tell my husband that all the time. I wish that I just could turn it off. I can't. I don't know how to. So anyway, so we've been building layers here in the hair, right? Getting it nice and curly. I'm not done with it yet, so don't get crazy on me. But I am going to start to work on some of the bubbles here. Now with the bubbles, you can use a little stencil or whatever you need to, if you want to have like perfect little circles or whatever. I have this cute one. Where's my pencil? Did you lose me? Are you still here? I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna do a big bubble here. And then maybe like a half one here. Just do your different little bubble shapes all around. They don't have to be perfect. They could be little, big. Do them in all sorts of, not shapes, but all sorts of sizes. Do half ones, do whole ones. We're gonna do another half here. You know, just have fun with it. Oh God, Santorini there is a little bit rough. Oh God, it's very rough. Okay. So from here, I'm going to be filling them with white. Or not filling them, but, you know, lining them with white. Am I? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Hold on. It's because I have my, how did I do those bubbles? I think it was, honestly, we're just going to wing it. We're just going to wing it. Where's my neon purple? Grab your neon purples if you guys have it. If it comes out, it comes out. If it doesn't, oh well. I wanted to do like multicolor bubbles. I am not very good at them though. Deborah is the bubble queen. She should do a tutorial on these. All right, purple. I'm gonna use purple. I'm gonna use teal. Like it's like an aquamarine. It's because I forgot it was Sunday. Oh no. All right, so I'm just gonna go in with some teal and start to outline them. No, I'm lying, that's too dark. Baby blue, let's go with baby blue. Light blue. Oh, it's clogged. Okay. Going in with some baby blue. after a failed teal. And so with the bubbles, I'm actually not going to outline the entire bubble with the same color. I'm going to go about halfways. And it doesn't have to be exact. You're just lining it. If you want to do this portion with paint markers, if you have paint markers that are like thin enough, you can do that. We're just going like half circles, okay? Because the other half is going to be purple. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with my purple neon. I might add a little bit of white to it just to brighten it up, but I love this color of purple. I hate the Liquitex one. I think that this one is gorgeous. I'm going to put some purple here around the circle. The other half. I know my circles aren't perfect, but that's okay. Baby, you doing okay? Okay. Okay, so this is where my bubbles are at. I'm gonna wait for those to dry a little bit. And then while that is drying, I'm going to add some highlights to the hair over here. So I'm gonna grab some of this neon red, a little bit of orange, mix those two together with a smidge of the unbleached titanium. I'm gonna water it down a little bit till we got a nice like bright fiery orange. And then I'm just gonna add some highlights here. Remember that this is hair and it doesn't have to, you know, match mine exactly. Everybody's gonna have different brush strokes, different thickness to the hair. We're just adding a couple of highlights here and there, because this hair has a lot of volume. It's curly, it's frizzy, it's everywhere. I feel really bad now. I completely forgot to call my mom back. That woman has been trying to reach me all week. It's just, that's how busy it's been. I completely forgot. Coming to life, little by little. We will get there. Oh no, Miss Susan. I hope you are okay. I had a really bad carpal tunnel flare up a couple of days ago. Or not days ago, but like the past 2 weeks. And man, I think that taking the break from like the phone yesterday really, really helped my hand a lot. All right, so I still have my fine liner. I'm going to grab some of this darker green that we had, the phthalo green, and I'm just going to line, I'm going to kind of shade in the bubbles. Shade in the bubbles. I'm not painting them in green. I'm just lightly shading. I'm using a very, very watered down version so that it still looks a little bit translucent. It's just darker. Very watered down. Use, like, just dip it, very, very lightly dip it into your water. Let's see, it's like almost like a watercolor over here. Remember, it's always better to go in with the lightest version of it that you can so that you don't, it's easier to add the color than to take it out, okay? Very light, very subtle, but it makes a difference. It makes a difference between a realistic bubble and one that kind of just looks like you just slapped it on there, you know? You done, bud? You ate half? Okay.
Yeah.
Again?
I'm gonna get my other one closed up.
What?
Other sauce closed up.
Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Let me see, babe. You done?
Wow, get those. God also got one of these.
I know he did.
I'm gonna go where it is. It's not on this box.
It's okay, but he's already done. He's already in bed, baby. He's already in bed.
He ate all his stuff.
Yes, he ate all his stuff.
Where am I
Right
going?
here, right here.
I was gonna take it off the table.
Hello, sir. Are you not gonna give me a kiss goodnight? Okay, Father, you will speak to something. I love you, baby. I don't get an I love you back? Oh, kiss. Oh, thank you, baby. That's the best kiss. I love you.
Mommy, my papa's greedy.
I know. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. So then from here, I'm gonna grab some of the yellow, neon yellow. And I'm gonna line on the inside, okay? Just a portion of it, just the half. Remember, we're only working in halves. The whole circle doesn't need to be colored. Here I am telling my husband, Daddy, I'm back. My little Sour Patch Kid. Sometimes he's sweet, sometimes he's sour. Always loved. What time is it? Oh, it's 8. It's 8 o'clock. Okay, that's fine. You know what? My husband told me he's not going into work tomorrow. Maybe I don't have to wake up early tomorrow to get the kids' lunches ready. He let me sleep in today, thank God. I really needed it. Okay. So little by little, we're building up on our bubbles. Did you see how it's kind of starting to pop up? And then, last but not least, I'm going to go in with my white. And I'm going to do that little, the glare. Some of these will have multiple, the bigger ones, I would say. The little glaze. Maybe one on one side, one on the other. But they start to come to life. I'm telling y'all, sometimes you just gotta have a little bit of faith in me, have a little bit of faith in yourself. It'll come together. And then, we're going to grab our brush. Make sure that your paint is wet, right? Like wet enough to be, you know, loose. I'm gonna mix it up, try to get a little bit more fluid. All right. So then I'm gonna take my brush with the white in it, right? Make sure that you don't have a glob on the end. That's what I'm doing over here, is I'm just tapping off all the extra so that my point is nice and fine. And I'm going to come in and do a little bit of circles. I'm doing it straight from the top. I'm not going in from the side, though. If you feel comfortable doing that, go ahead and do that. I'm just doing it directly from the top, doing little half circles. That's all I'm doing. Little tiny, tiny, itty bitty half circles. If it makes it easier for you to do, try to go in at like a, you could do like a whole bunch of squigglies like this, you know, like we used to do in elementary school. Do circles. Don't slam it down. Notice how when I'm doing it, hold on, let me zoom in here. I just turned my microphone on. When I'm doing it, I'm not pressing down so that my brush goes like that. I'm not. I'm just very lightly kissing the top, swirling like this. You're just creating some foam. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, what you can also do is grab a fluffy brush that you trust, which I have painted almost the whole painting with this one. Grab some paint, tap off the excess so that you have just a little bit of paint on there, and go ahead and just tap in from the top. See, work smarter, not harder. Like that. You see how cute that looks? Doesn't that look so cute? Tap in from the top. Create your little bubbles. Man, that was a cool idea, Diana. Thanks so much for showing us that. You see? It looks a lot harder than what it is. A lot of the time, so many of the things that you see just work smarter, not harder. That's it. All right. Oh, that's okay, Jane. That's okay. You can just hang out. You're so funny, Lori. So fun fact, I don't sell the rocks that I do tutorials on, because if I'm teaching everybody how to do it, then, you know, there's not really like anything in it for me to like get back. Like I don't do these to get money back. Like I just do these because I like doing them. They just, I don't know, they bring me joy. I didn't shade this area, huh? This little area over here. So yeah, I do not sell my tutorials that I do. I do give them away though. I either hide them as kindness rocks, or I include them in little packages, or I send them to Heather. I have sent her some rocks that have never been seen, are actually not never been seen, but that were never sold, are actually going to be up for grabs. sometime this week. I'm not sure which ones, but I have sent her a bit to use in giveaways. So hello, Mary. Yes, watch the rest tomorrow. Susan, girl, I have told you, just slide into my DMs. I promise I don't bite. I will try to the best of my abilities. The only times I kind of like skirt around questions is resin questions. I don't like answering those, period. It's too much. It's just too much for me. Like it's that is something that depends on you. It depends on the brand that you're using. I'm going to use a little bit of white with the neon yellow. Just going to throw that out there. So resin questions, I don't like to deal with those because it just always, it's a lot. It's a lot and it affects your health. So I don't want to be liable for that. But painting is easy, something that I can definitely help with. And if you ask anybody that has ever asked me for art help, I stop what I'm doing most of the time and I will help you if I can. But I am a mom of 3, so just be a little bit patient with me if I don't get back to you. Sometimes even that same day, I do try to get back when I can. Because, like I said, I do struggle a lot with my mental health, so I do take breaks. So yes, even if you see me on here posting and I'm not answering your messages, it's not because I don't like you. It's not because I just sometimes I realize I need to be in a clear state of mind before I can respond back and be in a comfortable position, to like talk to people. So I'm just adding in some lines. It doesn't matter where you put them. It doesn't even matter if they're like straight, clear. Just add some lines to your potion to give it a little bit of a like brew, like the movement in the water. Oh no, Tony. PTA mom era. I was just there 2 weeks ago. I had to go, I did a PTA volunteer day for they do birthday treats every beginning of the month. And since it's my daughter's birthday this month, I went to go volunteer so I could be the one to give her little birthday treat ice cream. Yeah, no, I'm serious, Susan. Like, I'm telling you. So, Heather is one of my best friends, right? Like, ever in life. I can fully say that woman, I don't just say it just to say it. Like, she is truly one of my best friends. And you're never going to know you're never going to guess like how I met her. And I met her because she slid into my DMs and asked me an art question. And that's how I met Heather. And I just never looked back. Like see, my mom is calling me. Hold on. Let me see if I can answer it on my computer real quick. Hello?
Sorry, but I'm so busy.
I'm live. It's okay though.
Sorry, babe.
No, I was telling the ladies, I was like, I completely forgot to call my mom back. I'm so sorry.
Just wanted to check in on you. That's not a big deal.
I'm okay. The kids just went to bed. I'm sorry. It got so late. It's been such a busy week, Mom.
That's okay, babe. Okay, have a great time at the live.
I will. I love you.
Love you too.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, have a great time.
Sorry, guys. I will. I love you. Oh, there's my mom. I can hear myself in the back. Okay. Sorry, guys. I forgot to call my mom back. I feel like such a terrible daughter. Okay. But she gets it. She'll probably hop on here to leave comments. All right, so let's see. What else am I going to do? I'm going to add some texture to this cauldron just to give it a little bit of a brassy feel. I am going to use some gold. I don't think I ever use this gold, honestly. This thing is like brand new and I've had it for like a year. Sorry, it's because I can... That's the good thing about having a Mac is that it connects to my iPhone and it just kind of answers my calls. Oh my God, that squeezed out so bad. Yes, my mom is very important. I love her. I love her to death. I'm very, very lucky that I do have a mom who actually calls me and like loves me, and very, very grateful. Do not take that for granted at all. Trust me. So I don't know that this brush is going to do what I'm thinking it's going to do. Hold on. Let me find a good one that I can give you guys an example too. All right. So this one is a brush that I have used that is very, the bristles, I'm trying to get the camera to focus. The bristles are a little bit separate. It used to be a flathead brush, but it has a little bit of paint that got dried in there. So it's chunky. So I'm going to use a little bit of gold to tap in around the edge. And I'm tapping in from the top because I want it to give it like a rusty feel to it, I guess. Oh, see that? I didn't even see that. That's where I went over my painting. If you don't have gold, you can use a little bit of the raw sienna, which is that like mustard color. Let me show you what it would look like without that. And maybe just a little bit of white, just to give it a little bit of like a rusty feel. Like this is a cauldron that's been passed down from generation to generation. You want it to look, you know, a little bit used up. Man, just wait till I add the glitter to this baby. It's gonna look so cute. I'm excited for this one. All right, so I'm gonna come back to her hair. We've been working on and off on the hair. I'm gonna go in with some unbleached titanium, some of that raw sienna, and a little smidge of that bright red mixture that we made with this color over here. And I'm just gonna add some slim highlights over here to the side. Oops. It's because my mom had, so I'm still feeling bad about it. I still feel bad. Sorry, Mom. It's because, so my friends, you know, I told you guys that I'm moving, or not I'm moving, my friends are moving, and she had asked me if she could wash some laundry, and so she stopped by earlier to drop it off because I knew I was going to go live, so I was like, oh, I can't have you stay, and then my daughter wasn't feeling very well, so they were supposed to come over today, and we were supposed to have like a whole Shrek marathon, like a Shrek watching marathon, but they didn't because my daughter woke up with a tummy ache and she had a little bit of a fever earlier. That's why I was, you know, making sure she got her medicine. But when my mom called me, I was in the middle of, you know, switching out my laundry so I could put Daphne's laundry in. And then I forgot. I got busy. I'm sorry, Mom. Sorry, that's my mom, guys. So just a little bit of highlights to the hair. And then, so now that we got the potion going, let's work a little bit on the hat. I do want to put some blue. I forget that my mom is an hour behind me. It's 7:24 for her. Some of the black and some of the white. So it's going to be like that nice blue gray. And I like to mix my own grays, mostly because a lot of the times the paints, like when you buy them in store, they have either a blue lean or like a yellow lean in the gray. And I just want like a blue gray because it's reflecting off of this, it's reflecting off the green. So I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna lay my color down, right? So let's lay the color down right here, around the edge, around the top. Let's blend it down. Wipe off the excess and grab some of that black, right? So let's blend the two colors so that you're not left with like an uneven line. And I'm just working the brush back and forth between the two colors, the black and the blue. Oh, my mom's gonna come on here and tell you all an embarrassing story about me. Yeah, Mom, she woke up with like a fever. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. She's been like, I think she's been trying to get sick the past week. She came home Thursday and she said that she's had like a little bit of a runny nose. I think she might actually end up staying home tomorrow because I don't feel comfortable sending her. I mean, she doesn't have a fever anymore, and it might be just like a quick stomach bug, but I don't want to risk it, and I don't like sending my kids to school if they don't feel well, you know. I'm not going to do it just for the attendance. Especially because I can't stand when people send their kids to school sick, because you're just exposing other kids, you know. I know my mom knows because my mom's a teacher, so she gets sick all the time, man. All right, so I'm going to come in here. This is where my line was for the hat. And don't forget, we're still going to work on this. There's still work to be done in the hair, okay? So I'm going to come over here and try to get rid of that white line now that I know now that I'm working on my hat. I'm just removing the excess black off of my brush, and I'm bringing it up to work with. And then blend, blend, blend. Did you guys see our rock and reel? Can I just say, like, I have enjoyed doing those so much. I know that they're just silly little videos, but they're so much fun to make, and we have so much fun in the group chat for it. Like, I don't know, I get to know different ladies and different, like, some of those faces I had seen for the first time. Like, I had never seen Bonita's face, you know, because sometimes people don't put their profile picture on Facebook, and that's okay. Like, you don't have to ever put your you know, profile picture, because y'all know how I am with my kids. I don't put my kids on social media, so I understand it. And so seeing some of these ladies for the first time, and I was just like taken aback by how like stunningly beautiful they were. It was amazing. It's amazing to get to see the faces and just to like interact. And, you know, I think a couple people like didn't realize how close they were to each other, or had stories or experiences to share from like previous places that they had visited. So if you guys ever see me posting a casting call, make sure to read like the description for it, because there's going to be reels for every walk of life. There's going to be reels for all different types. I'm doing a pet one next. So I'll probably be posting a casting call up, but for the most part, I think I already know which dogs I'm going to put in. So I'm grabbing a little bit of white, by the way, and I'm going to just tap in here and tap in here, and then just remove the excess, wipe it off if you need to, rinse it off, and then use your brush to just tap it in. Tap, 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 or blend from the side, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. We're just lightening it up here, okay? So anyway, that reel was so much fun to make. The first one was so much fun. This one was so cool because we had to, you know, like when you sign up to do the reel, I add you to the group chat, and then we kind of just go over, like, I send you the example of the reel that we're doing. Like, I'll send you an actual example off of like TikTok or something, and you don't have to have TikTok to do these either, so don't think that you have to do that. But I will download it and send it to you in the group chat, and then I just, you know, send them like a little example video of how to do it, and they do it and they send it to me and I piece it together. So it's really not that hard to do. And I can walk you through it if you guys are ever interested in signing up for one. Like, don't hesitate. And even still, even if you sign up for one, and you see the video that I send out, and at the end of the day, you're just like, I'm not really feeling it, I'm not comfortable yet. You don't have to do it, you know, you don't have to, it's not like an indefinite commitment. So, and I'm not going to, you know, be upset if you choose to not do it, but they are fun. I will say that. So we're just adding a glare here. I'm just adding white in slowly. I have that bottom, like, I guess I'm going to call it like an indigo blue. Like, I have the indigo blue down here at the bottom, and then I'm just adding white in very, very slowly, very tenderly. And you met Jed on video? Yeah. Jed, yeah, when Melanie said that, she sent that video of herself next to an alligator, I was like, is she seriously next to one? Like, what is wrong with her? She's gonna get eaten. And she was like, oh yeah, it's just a normal day. I have held a baby one, but not a, I've never been near a big one like that, you know? All right, and then we're gonna do a, not a white streak, maybe like a baby blue that we had over here. And let's just, there we go. And then I'm gonna outline that as well with white up at the top. Maybe just about halfway. It looks more like a top hat than a witch hat, right? Maybe if I put like a spider web, I wonder if that, okay, you don't have to do this part on the tutorial, but I'm gonna do it because I feel like it needs to be known that it's a witch hat, and it's just not looking very witch hatty to me right now. It's looking more top hat circus entertainer. So there, she at least has like a little spider web. That's okay. She still looks cute. Oh, Connie, you're so sweet. Aliana, I'm gonna see you on one. I'm gonna see you on a real one day. Yeah, the next one that we're gonna do is gonna be so funny because you literally, all you have to do is just like take the phone and take it up to your, like, this is your dog, and you just go, and then that's it. That's literally the next video. So it's gonna be a quick short one, like super, like less than 10 seconds, but it's super cute. All right, so next is I'm gonna come over here and take this part of the hat. Maybe if I like, hold on, let me visualize this real quick. What if I was to do like this? Oh, you know what? Hold on, I might be onto something, but don't follow this along if it doesn't come out right. I don't want you to ruin your painting if I mess this up. Let me just experiment here. Remember, this is my first time painting this too. Hold on. I had to wing this portion of it because it's not. I guess that looks a little bit more like a witch hat, right? What do you guys think? Did that like make a difference? I feel like it did. Okay, so anyway, let's come over here and do it with the black and make it a clearer line. Okay, so then I have a little bit of black on my brush, and if not, go ahead and grab some, very light, and I'm just gonna shade down here underneath the hat, right? So the way that I'm gonna do it is very specific too, so let me grab my phone so that you guys can see. Oh my God, I just wet my brush on it. Ah! That was an accident. Hold on. Scrub it out, scrub it out. Okay. All right, so the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna go in each little crevice, right, with my little shading here. And it's not full black. It's not full black. It's watered down black, okay? So we're just taking a little bit of black and we're just gonna shade it in. Shade it in between the little hairs here. We're creating some shading in the hair, a little bit of dimension. We're darkening this portion up because this is underneath the hat. So see how it kind of just really makes a difference. And then we're going to do the same thing over here on this side. A little bit of black. Let's shade it down. Hold on, let me wet my brush a little bit more. Really drag that out. Make sure that it's not like sopping wet either. Bring it down. Shade around here. Shade in the little crevices. Shade around the face. Just shade it. And the way I say little crevices is because you still want some of the top portion to pop, but you're pushing this part of it back by adding a little bit of black to it. Work smarter, not harder. You don't gotta do a million brush strokes. You just gotta know where to put your shadings. Anytime that you see like a little intersecting V like this, shade it. Just do it. Little intersecting section like this, shade it. Just do it. This way you still have all of your little hair, but it's you know, I feel like it makes a difference. Maybe it just doesn't. Yes, or if your hat is a little bit, if it's like if it was on a square. So let me show you in case you want to go back and do it, because I was going to do this originally on a square, but I changed my mind. I did a little, oh my God, what just fell? I did a little quick sketch on a coastie. So this is where you would be sort of at with your coastie. If you wanted to do a quick sketch on this, or if you wanted to, you know, let me try to extend the hat for those who have different, I forgot I have to do it dark on these. For those who have different sized rocks, right? So we're going to do here, the hat. I mean, you can make it like a gigantic hat if you wanted to. Do the face, do the nose, do the hair coming down. This is going to be the eyebrow. This is going to be the other eyebrow. This is going to be the other eyes. All of this can be hair. You can do, which way am I? Like that. Like that. Yeah, make it a big old hat. That's where my range would be on a square. Does that make sense? So see, the sketch portion of it is actually pretty easy. It's just the figuring out how to paint it, I guess sometimes is the hard part. Even for me. So, okay. Grabbing some purple, and I'm just gonna fix this little nugget piece up here. Sarah, I'm gonna go to the post office tomorrow. I didn't get a chance this weekend to go. I'm so sorry. I haven't posted because I haven't I haven't opened. I haven't gotten to go get my swap rock, but I promise I'm not ignoring you. I just didn't get a chance this weekend to go check my P.O. box. So we're just gonna do a little bit of that. Do a little bit of that. And you don't have to do this portion of it. This is just the color that I really liked. So I feel like it kind of brings it all together. And of course, I'm gonna outline the rest of it in black. So let me do that. And you know what I really want to do? Don't look at me like I'm crazy. But I kind of just want to... I feel like I want her to have like a lot of loose little hairs over here. Isn't she so cute? I feel like she's just so cute. It's just me? Maybe it's just me. Oh, paint the sides black, and then of course do all the fun stuff, do all the glitter. It's my favorite part. So I always paint my edges black. That doesn't mean you have to. I just like the way it looks. It's clean. It makes it, it's kind of like you're framing the rock. You're framing the picture. Oh my God, all of this tutorial and I didn't even ask the question. Okay, are you guys ready for the question? The question is, hold on, let me think about it. What is this? September? Okay, let me think about any holidays coming up. I guess Halloween, but not everybody celebrates Halloween, so. Let me think. Let me think of a good question. Am I cutting out again? Thanks, Mom. I guess everybody's phone was dying or your internet was going out. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I just don't want it to be like a basic question, you know? But I feel like at the end of it, it is going to be a basic question. Okay, here's the question. Are you ready? And I need to write this down so that I don't forget myself. The question is going to be, okay. Tell me about a time. Okay, so tell me about a time you laughed so hard you either like wheezed, or you were crying laughing, or just something that happened in your life, whether and let's make it like a memory from a happy time in your life. Okay, I don't want you to come and be like, you know, my brother, you know, lost a limb while, you know, falling down a mountain and I laughed. Like, that's not what this is about. This is to, you know, bring some happiness back, makes you think of a happy time. Tell me about a time, and I want you to write at least 2 sentences, okay? Like, don't just be like, when I was 3, I got a lollipop. You know, like, make it with some sense. Tell me something about yourself. Like, what makes you laugh? So, tell me about a time that you laughed so hard that you just lost it. Like, you were guffawing, you were wheezing, you were like embarrassing, like donkey laughing. Like, just tell me about a time, because I could tell you that for me that time was 2 nights ago. It was hilarious. All right, what is going on with the freezing? Are y'all there? Can you guys hear me? Do you want to build a snowman? Wet your pants. I mean, if that's what you've done, then yes, I want to hear it. I want to hear about it. So please tell me about it. But in the story, so in order to enter the giveaway, you ready? You have to paint the rock, and you have to add a secret heart bubble. It has to have, okay. So let me write this down so I don't forget. Secret heart bubble. Make one of your bubbles heart-shaped. Are you listening? So you have to have a secret bubble. One of your bubbles has to be heart-shaped. And tell me about a time that you laughed so hard, with at least 2 sentences. I'm telling y'all, and this custom, I think it's the big giveaway. I will try my best. If you have like a pet portrait or a portrait. I don't normally include those in there. Okay, I don't normally include those in there, but I want to make it worth it, because if you're going to take the time to watch this long video, you're going to take the time to paint along with me, you're going to take the time to put the secret heart in, you're going to take the time to put in the secret, you know, 2 sentences, then you will get a custom painting of your choice by Diana. And don't get crazy either. Don't make me paint like all 7 doors, okay? I'm gonna do it at like a 2-person or character limit, so that I will do a limit on, so I save my sanity. And a full set of my brand new magnets that I have not posted anywhere. Full set. I think it's like 12 of them. I'm not too sure on the number. It might be 12. I'm not too sure, but let me show you guys. Hold on. Oh my god. Okay, so I just got these in. They are brand new, so I got my little Archie moose. That's 1, 2. See, they're not even unwrapped is how new they are. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it was 9, 10, and 11. And then a sticker. So 12, because I just ordered stickers too, I forgot. But they haven't come in yet. So you will get a full set of my brand new magnets and a custom painting for me. All right, so remember, you're not posting this anywhere. You're not talking about it. You're not saying anything. What? Yes, I'm live.
Saying, are you done?
Oh, no. I'm almost done. I'm just doing... What? What?
Done for another one or no?
Yeah, honey. You're not going to work tomorrow, right? Right? I already told the ladies you're taking me to Five Below. Yeah, I'm almost done, babe. Huh? Did you hear my husband? He's like, it always turns into $300 or below. It's because I love buying extra stuff for my packages, man. It's like my favorite time. Sorry. All right, so let's do the fun stuff. You know that's my favorite part. Bust out with all the sparkles. Ooh, yes, I knew I wanted to use this one. Bubbly green glow. Come on, you cannot tell me that this is not the perfect, and it's brand new too. I'm very excited, you all. Very excited. Remember that a lot of the stuff that I do also from the giveaways is from participation posts, so make sure that you are participating. That's important. There's gonna be a lot of different really cool giveaways. Deborah and Claudia have a really cool giveaway going on, and it's gonna be a tough one. To Five Below. Lori, do you have a Five Below? Oh my god, let me tell you, I sound so ghetto saying that. Like, I love Five Below. It is so fun to, shop there. They have so many cute little things. What else? What am I gonna use? I'm gonna use green. So this is the original Sherbet Kisses green, but if you have the Jelly Gelatos, it's the same thing. It's just in a different form, but it's the prickly pear. This is just the watercolor version of it. Let me take a little bit of that water. Oop. That was dumb. All right. No, it'll be, so I will be creating an event in the group. So go to the top of the group. It's going to have events. In there, go ahead and create a new post under the event. It has to be under the event. I'll probably do like a how-to once I set it up video for you guys. And then you go under there, create your post, write your little post with your little answer, post your stuff, and then that's it. I don't know, man. Y'all know that I love to get in that little giving spirit. So let's say that at least 45 people do it, which is very, very unlikely because I usually only have about like 10 people do it. If I have at least 45 people like enter the giveaway, I will do I'll do second drawing for a second custom. How about that? I like how I'm like, it's very unlikely. All right, so we did the bubbly. I'm gonna also add some of this. This is one of my favorites. I'm almost out. Well, not almost out, but more than halfway. And it's lasted me forever. I've had these since I was in Colorado 2 years ago. That's how long they have lasted me. And I use them pretty often. This one is Diamond Dust. I'm gonna add that in there. I'm just gonna tap it. You know, I just realized that a lot of you guys may not know how to use these products. Okay, so let me go over those. So this was the liquid gels, right? Liquid gels are super fun. Or shimmer shot, sorry. This is the shimmer shot. I don't know what I'm thinking. It's late. You guys know I start to zonk out after like 8:30. I'm like, oh, it's bedtime. So prickly pear. Let's say you want to use this one, right? You just push out a little bit of it. Hold on, this one's clogged. I need my little unclogger. If they get clogged, don't freak out. Wanda sends one of these little picks with every one of these, and they're super easy to use. You just go in and you just pop it in and pop it back out, and you're done. And make sure that you shake well, obviously. See? Ta-da! So grab a little bit of that, and then you just use it like paint. My favorite way to use these, the best way that I have found to use this, is to do it as a shimmer over your paint. It will improve your painting, trust me. These are amazing. I love them. They are a staple. They're a staple in my art. And it just automatically adds that flash. Oh, you can't see it on the camera. That's annoying. You can't see it on the camera. I'm going to do, where is my pirate one? Hold on. There's like a black one that's really pretty. I just don't know where I put it. And it's called like Pirate something. I just have so many of them that I don't know. And remember, I'm not going to post the instructions either to enter the giveaway. That's one of those things where if you were here and you heard, if you actually watch the playback and you hear it, then it's there. But I'm not going to advertise that it was a giveaway. Okay? So this will be uploaded to my YouTube after this. Well, not like immediately. It might take me like a day, so because you guys know I don't stay up too late very often, so I'll probably end up uploading it in the morning once I'm able to get this little baby in resin, and so that I can post her tomorrow. I don't know where my black one went. I have too much water products. You can never have too much though. Darn. Where did that one go? Is it over here somewhere? Is that under my mess? I have like a stash of stuff back here. I'm a hot mess. Okay. Well, I don't know where that one went. Maybe I'll just use black ice. Black ice or baby black ice. Hey, Debbie. Debbie, I totally did not know that you were in Kansas. I will be planning a trip to Kansas soon. Tony doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to show up at her doorstep. No, but I sincerely do want to go up to Kansas at least once before I leave here, which is, I don't know when. Have like a little Kansas meetup with all the peeps. That would be so fun, right? Yes, a little bit of black eyes. And this part is totally not necessary if you want to enter the giveaway. Like, you don't have to do all this extra shimmer stuff because obviously I know that not everybody has the products. But I will say there will be some gift card prizes going up. I'm not going to ruin it too much, but there's a lot of really good prizes this week. So pay attention. You don't live that far from Tony? Oh, I don't live that far from Tony either. I'm only about 4 hours out. I'm down here in Lawton, Oklahoma, Fort Sill. All right, so, you know, I feel like I was going to do a lot more glitter with this, and then I just, like, there's no room. So maybe I'll do a little bit of highlights in the hair, like some golden highlights. This one is not in Wanda's shop because this is one that she made custom for me. So sorry, guys. I need to let that activate a little bit. But the bubbles, I think I'm going to be using this one. This is one that I did not get from Wanda. This is a watercolor that I got from, God, what was her name? I think her name is Mod Fox Watercolor. No, this is one that Wanda gave me. Yeah, that's her writing on the side. This is another custom that Wanda made for me. She's made a lot of customs for me. I do know her little writing on the side. So this is the one that I'm going to use for the bubbles. I don't know what it's called. I bought the pigment and I sent them to her, but it's got like really pretty blue-green shifts. I think that a good one for that would be this one. Pink Dream. Oh, yeah, this is good. If you need like an equivalent to it. This one is really, really good. Maybe even the unicorn shimmers. Where are those? They're right here because I was just using them. I got my little froggy sketch. Look, this is my next little painting. A little frog. I'm a mess. I'm a mess today. Always. I just had those unicorn shimmers. Nope. Here they are. So if you don't have these are also super, super pretty. That green one would go great. The green and the blue and the pink. So you just activate them with a little bit of water. You don't need a lot. Actually, that's even probably too much. And what activate means is that right now they're hard, and then when you add the water, you know, they become soft, just in case somebody in here has never worked with watercolors. This is my perfect consistency. It's like, it's not too wet, but it's just thick enough that you can create like lines with it. And man, it just really... Hold on. I'm going to mute this really quick so that I can blow dry the liquid gel. That does take a little bit to dry. So I'm just going to mute this so that you guys don't hear my heat gun. And let me just dry this real quick. Okay, see, I just saved myself like a good 45 minutes of dry time. Yay. So here we go. This is what happens when you're just an impatient person. Yes, give me some of that shimmer. I'm just highlighting where the purple was. It just gives it a little bit of a pop. And then I'm gonna go in with some of the blue. This pretty blue. That's this one. I don't know which it's like not labeled, but it's so pretty. It's got like purple and blue. And this part, like I said, you totally don't have to do, but I don't know. I just can't stop myself. I know that shimmer and glitter isn't everybody's thing. It most definitely is mine. I thrive in it. If I could have everything in glitter, I would. Like a child. I will wear glitter on my face. I have worn glitter on my face, actually. I do not condone it because, you know, obviously I'm not going to spread misinformation. But I will say I have successfully now worn Wanda's glitter whips on my face and body multiple times. And I have very sensitive skin, but I wore her Pegasus, I think it was, for a concert I went to last year. I used it like body glitter. I was just rubbing that on my chest, on my face, everywhere. I have used it for Halloween costumes. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that it works, but it does. Let me show you guys in real time. Oh, I was gonna do the hair. Hold on. Let me do some highlights in the hair here, and then we'll be done. We'll call it a night, so I can go up and shower. All right, guys. So if my husband is not working tomorrow, I might just do another tutorial, or we might have a call. You know what? If Heather is feeling better, because she's a little bit sick right now, we will do a colorful conversations. All right. What do you guys think? Isn't she so cute? Or am I just tooting my own horn? I feel like she's so cute. And the shimmer, it's going to look so good once I resin it. You can put a little spider going down. You can decorate her hat. Foil the hat, maybe. I don't know. I just feel like she's super cute. So, all right. Well, this is it. This is her. We're going to name her. What should we name her? I feel like she needs a name. She looks like a, I don't know. She just needs like a cute little, she looks like a little Cindy Lou Who, like with her little butty nose. How about like, she's just Cindy Lou. She's Cindy Lou. This is who she is. She's Cindy Boo. I just made myself. She is Cindy Boo. She is Cindy Boo Hoo. She's so cute. All right, guys. So I will get this uploaded to YouTube in the morning. Don't forget, this is a giveaway. Do not tell people. If they watch, they watch. If they don't, they don't. But yeah, I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Stay tuned. Just check in. I will post for sure if I'm going to do it or not, or it will probably be another impromptu. But I thank you guys so much for taking the time to paint along with me, sit along with me, listen. Friday is going to be, let's do a Friday by 8 a.m. deadline. Friday by 8 a.m. so that I can do the drawing that day. And I can tell the girls that I'll be doing a drawing that day. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you guys for joining. And, you know, when life gets too heavy, just remember, take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath and relax. Take 10 deep breaths. And if it ever gets too bad, like you feel like you just can't, or even if you just want to chit chat, I'm always here. So, all right, guys, good night.